Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and today's title is Drinking on the Job. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. A public servant in Gwangju has learned the hard way that it's not a great idea to drink in the office. Okay, so as you can see, I've highlighted it's not a great idea. 2. So we use this to advise against some action. So we're not agreeing with. Often the real meaning is that something is a bad, terrible, really wrong idea. Yeah, it's quite a simple thing. It's not a good idea too. So have a look at the example here. It's usually not a great idea to argue with the police. 경찰과 논쟁하는 것은 보통 좋은 생각이 아니다. So 좋은 생각이 아니다 is basically what we're saying. Or the next example, if you're not familiar with New York City, it's not a great idea to drive there. So 만약 여러분이 뉴욕시에 익숙하지 않다면 그곳으로 운전하는 것은 좋은 생각이 아닙니다. So because it's so, how can I say, 복잡하다. Sorry, I'm also losing my English sometimes. When it's so much of a condensed city and very busy city and packed city, and you don't know the roads because there are so many roads, it's probably not a good idea to drive in there. Okay, so now let's move on to 2번. If that's all there is to it, this incident really isn't a big deal. Okay, so use that's all there is to it to express that there is nothing more to reveal or explain about this situation. Now I use this expression, but it's sort of a very rare expression to use, but I guess it just depends on the person. So 이 상황에 대해 더 이상 밝힐 것도 설명할 것도 없어요. So there is no need for further explanation. Example, Diane and Tony are not a couple. They're, in this point you can put just good friends, and that's all there is. So Diane과 Tony는 커플 아니다. 그들은 좋은 친구들이고 그것이 전부이다. So some people, 어떤 사람들은 다이앤하고 토니가 좀 너무 많이 친하지 않나요? 사귄 것 같아요. Well, no. 그들은 그냥 친구만입니다. So there's no more explanation needed. And the last example, if you eat too much and exercise too little, you'll gain weight, and that's all there is to it. 너무 많이 먹고 운동을 너무 적게 하면 살이 찌고 그게 다예요. So, example, you eat fast food every day and you don't exercise, of course you're going to gain weight. 당연하죠. Like, there's no other need to explain this or describe this because it's common knowledge. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. It's not a great idea to spend a lot of money on So 좋은 생각 아니다. Coffee. That's exactly what I think. So 커피에 많은 돈을 쓰는 것은 좋은 생각 아니다. But I spend a lot of money on coffee, which sucks. 2번. If you don't know how to it's not a great idea to I'm going to be very common sensible here. If you don't know how to swim, it's not a great idea to go swimming. Of course. So 만약 수영을 할 줄 모른다면 수영하려고 가는 것은 좋은 생각 아닙니다. Of course. Okay. 3번. I don't want and that's all there is to it. 설명 안 해도 돼요. 다예요. 다 설명했습니다. 다른 얘기 안 해도 돼요. 그런 의미입니다. I don't want to explain my reason. And that's all there is to it. 나는 내 이유를 설명하기 쉽지 않고 그것이 전부다. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to explain my reason, etc. 4번. You can't if you don't and that's all there is to it. I don't know. You can't drive if you don't have a driver's license. This is kind of a lie because you could, but it's illegal. But just as an example, so 운전면허증이 없으면 운전을 할 수 없고 그것뿐이다. You shouldn't do it 100%, but many people do it. Alright, now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Have you ever posted something online after drinking that you regretted later? Give details. 술을 마신 후 나중에 후회하는 글을 온라인에 올린 적이 있나요? 자세히 설명해 주세요. I don't think so. To be honest with you, if I've drunk too much, I don't really look at my phone. I guess maybe when I was a lot younger, I would drunk dial a lot. Now, here's something that you could learn. Drunk, it's not number 2, but drunk dial is to call someone when you are drunk, but like usually your ex-partner. 전 남자친구, 전 여자친구. You know exactly what I mean, to drunk dial somebody. I did a lot of that and I regretted it later. But posting something online like on SNS or social media, no, I don't think I have because it's too difficult when you're drunk. 2번. The author describes the action of reporting the coworker as snitching, which implies that it's not a nice thing to do. What is your opinion on this? 저자는 동료를 신고하는 행동을 스니칭이라고 표현하는데 이에 대해 어떻게 생각합니까? It just depends on what the situation is. If it's something that could affect you, then you can snitch away. Like, I think it's fine. If it's something really small, I probably wouldn't snitch. But if it's something that could affect me and it could affect my work to maybe it makes me look bad, then I don't mind snitching. But if it's something really small, I would probably forget about it. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Public servant.
Public servant.
Discreet.
Discreet.
Verified.
Verified.
Snitch.
Snitch.
Unauthorized.
Unauthorized.
Impulsively.
Impulsively.